Ethereum founder Vitalik speaks of the future with the launch of Ethereum 2.0. Are you up to date on the latest developments? Watch this video until the end and you definitely will be. Welcome to Money Mindset, the channel that gives you valuable content on making money and generating passive income. Be sure to subscribe and enable all notifications so you won't miss out on the weekly videos and grow your money mindset. In today's video, we take you through Ethereum 2.0 and its latest predictions for 2022. Let's start with some basics. Ethereum is often considered the second most popular cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. But unlike Bitcoin and most other virtual cryptocurrencies, Ethereum is not simply a medium of exchange or a store of value. Instead, Ethereum calls itself a decentralized computing network built on blockchain technology. Let's unpack what that means. Like all other cryptocurrencies, Ethereum works based on a blockchain network. It is distributed in the sense that everyone participating in the Ethereum network keeps an identical copy of this ledger, allowing them to view all past transactions. It is decentralized in that the network is not operated or managed by any centralized entity. It is managed by all the holders of the distributed ledger. Transactions in the blockchain use cryptography to keep the network secure and verify transactions. People use computers to mine or solve complex mathematical equations that validate each transaction on the network and add new blocks to the central blockchain of the system. Ethereum can be used to buy and sell goods and services like Bitcoin. It has also seen rapid price appreciation in recent years, making it a very interesting investment. But what is unique about Ethereum is that users can build applications that run on the blockchain just like software that runs on a computer. These applications can store and transfer personal data or handle complex financial transactions. Ken Fromm, Education and Development Director at Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, said Ethereum is different from Bitcoin in that the network can perform calculations as part of the mining process. Since the start of the crypto wave, the clear consensus choice has been number one Bitcoin, which has been at the top of the market cap charts since day one. However, most experts don't expect that to last. As the forefather of all cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoin blockchain is starting to show its age. It suffers from many real-world limitations, especially its inability to scale. Looking to replace it in the race for crypto market dominance, a series of alternative blockchain implementations have evolved to solve some of the problems inherent in Bitcoin's blockchain, but no company has so far grasped it. One notable exception is Ethereum, which has long been the sole and large-scale competitor to Bitcoin. For its part, although more advanced than Bitcoin, Ethereum also suffers from some problems that it needs to overcome to achieve market dominance. That is exactly what the developers behind Ethereum hope to achieve with the upcoming upgrade of the underlying blockchain, which they call Ethereum 2.0. Here's an overview of the biggest changes of Ethereum 2.0. One of the reasons early blockchain implementations ran into performance issues was the fact that they relied on an energy-intensive process known as proof of work to validate and record transactions. Translate, in such a system, participating computer nodes compete to generate cryptographic hash functions that meet the complexity determined by the network. To maintain security, that level of complexity is kept high enough to prevent anyone from hacking the network because it would be too expensive to operate the necessary hardware. The problem with proof of work is that it's inefficient, and that's by design. To start with that, Ethereum 2.0 will convert its blockchain to a more efficient proof-of-stake system. In such a system, the node records each transaction selected by an algorithm, with the chance of selection increasing with the amount of currency the node's owner holds. That makes it possible to significantly reduce the complexity of cryptographic work, leading to a massive increase in throughput for the entire network. Since each node has to stake its currency to participate, it will still be very expensive for anyone to attack the network. In another attempt to improve Ethereum's efficiency and scalability, the upcoming changes will also introduce a processing technique known as sharding. In the current blockchain version, all data added to the chain must be verified by all participating nodes. That means the processing speed of the entire system is limited by the speed of the slowest participant. It creates a bottleneck that increases transaction costs and reduces throughput. By adding sharding to the mix, Ethereum 2.0 can increase its resource efficiency significantly. Sharding is splitting the blockchain into multiple chains. Buterin says that this gives so-called rollups more room to scale transactions. The rollups could allow Ethereum to handle 4,000 to 5,000 transactions per second. With sharding added, the rollups can possibly handle as much as 100,000 transactions per second. Currently, Ethereum can only handle 15, a major stumbling block since the explosion of the decentralized finance or DeFi market. Between this added technique and the move to proof of stake, the new Ethereum blockchain will be much faster and more efficient than its predecessor. Last weekend, the World Blockchain Conference took place. This is a cryptocurrency conference in the Chinese city of Hangzhou, hosted by BTC on July 24 and 25. The conference had some prominent guest speakers, including Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin. Did we already mention the kid is 27 years of age? In a video stream, Buterin talks about Ethereum 2.0 and especially about what will happen after the so-called merge. Before the transition is complete, the merge will first take place. This is a kind of amalgamation of the current Ethereum network and the new blockchain. Buterin reports during the conference that this merge may finally happen sometime in 6 months, but that could also be later. But what will happen after the merge? Buterin reports that a post-merge cleanup fork will then take place. The merge itself will only be a small update, but after that, a hard fork is needed to implement certain functionalities. One of its most important features is the ability to record Ethereum. Any Ethereum that is now locked into the ETH 2.0 contract cannot be withdrawn until this update comes out. Research shows that the number of owners of Ethereum is rising to an all-time high. There have never been so many owners of this crypto coin. Apparently, investors appreciate the new record. The number of investors who invest more is also increasing rapidly. The record of investors holding at least 0.01 Ethereum has been broken several times since June. This is good for volatility, as there are a lot of trades being made. It gets monotonous, but the number of transactions in Ethereum also increased to a record high. Will Ethereum be worth a lot in 2022? We'll go see. Many expectations have been made for Ethereum, and many experts predict that it will break through next year. We have already seen many significant price increases in the past 6 months, early 2021, but now, mid-2021, we are seeing a significant dip in many crypto prices, including Ethereum. However, the forecasts for Ethereum are still very positive, and many experts say that the prices could go up again this year. Well guys, that was today's video. Many thanks for watching. Let us know how you liked it in the comments section below. Also, make sure to subscribe, enable notifications, and stay tuned as we bring you more money mindset content. Hope to see you next time.